Oh boy. That's really quite cool. I like that. So what does this one sound like? Ooh. It is pretty cool, man. So today, we're playing with Arturia's Ambient Explorations pack here. We got Ableton uploaded here. Got Ableton open over here. And we've got our Evolving Mystery Voice up in the Ambient Explorations pack for Pigments. That's nice of it. Yeah, I kind of like that. That is pretty neat, isn't it? That is pretty cool. I'm going to mark that one as I like it. I've been going through and I've been liking and just kind of favoriting a lot of the things that are here and just kind of taking a tour through the pack and just seeing what there is to discover. That's one of the funnest parts about some of these packs is there's just so much to discover, so much fun stuff. Some of these things you could almost make a very minimalist ambient track just on its own. Some of these. It really wouldn't take much. Man, I'm going to end up hard in all of these damn things. Ooh, that's kind of cool. It's okay. Sometimes you come across a lot of them though, and they sound like everything else on every other sound pack out there that, you know, you just kind of come into these things and it's just like, okay, I've heard this before, I've heard this before. I don't think that they're including a lot of the same things in some packs that you already get, which would be kind of dumb. I don't think they do that. But some of them just sound so close. I mean, Pigments is an extremely powerful tool, and I imagine there's a lot of overlap in some of the stuff that you can get out there for them. Some of it sounds like a lot of the stuff that just comes with Pigments. That's okay. I'll come back to that one. And something I've noticed about a lot of these Arturia plugins is that sometimes they're labeled as bass. I think this guy's labeled as a hard bass. You probably should play it in this range. But sometimes you get these guys that play them up high. They're playing with a laptop here. And sometimes they sound really great as leads. Some of them, there's a couple that are excellent basses that are would be pretty wild leads. and work really well. That's not one of them. It's one I came across earlier today that sounded really, really good up top. This might have been it. See, that's kind of cool. But still, works really good as a bass down here. And then there's some stuff that's like some of the larger leads. It sounded really great on the bottom end if we fiddle with them a little bit. So there's a lot of crossplay between what's typically marked as a bass or a lead, something that would traditionally be used in the treble region. You know, if one works as one, there's a good chance that you can make it work as the other. And you put them on two different tracks, and sometimes they sound like two completely different instruments, and it's really a lot of fun. See, this is another one. I hear a lot of stuff that sounds a lot like this all the time. And a lot of these things are so incredibly simple to duplicate. So if you were to jump into this, really you just need a... Oh, that's fun. So you got a function that's bringing down the frequency on the back end there. Should we just go look at this? Just see what's going on in the back end here? Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, looks like we got that. I think the environment variables here, the environment 2, or environment envelope. ENV stands for environment in my day job. The wires get crossed all the time. But definitely envelope 2 is controlling that. I wonder if it's just prove that. Oh yeah. So you can have all sorts of fun with that. So you can do all sorts of fun things in the back end here, and you really don't need a whole lot of synth knowledge to really take full advantage of what's here. You know, I get it, it's a paid tool. It's not a cheap tool. It is worth every single stinking penny, in my humble opinion. Yes, you can do most of everything with Serum 2 that you can do with this, or Vital. It just takes a lot more work to do something in Vital, and a lot of the times, it's quite all right to use plugins. Use the plugin. Have fun with it. Enjoy yourself. Really use that plugin. Have fun with it. Enjoy yourself. You know, who cares? You know, you paid for the thing. Use it. It's fun. Yeah. Oh. Ooh. All right. Let's... Some of these... Ooh. That's kind of okay. You got a little bit of a sequencer action going on with your arpeggiator, sounds like. This would be fun to tool with. And most of the time when I mark these things, it's because I want to come back and dig under the hood. It's got a lot of potential. Ooh. Oh, it sounds like a... Oh, you have to help me in the comments. What is the synth that... This just reminds me, it's not an ARP 2600, it's something else that really... you can hear it. Who was... It's... Mark Snow, when he was scoring the X-Files. I'm pretty sure it's whatever that was. whatever synth Mark Snow was using when he scored the X-Files. There's a lot of this kind of stuff, and he probably did a lot of his patches himself. I don't think there's a ton of out-of-the-box stuff that he was using at that point in time. This is fun. This is quite fun. Ooh, good. There's a percussive element in there. This is quite cool. I like this quite a bit. This is going into a track for sure. So we can control his perks. I think we have to hold it in. Yeah. Let's roll it. I got a little bit of the dissonance going on there with those percussion hits. That's it. We'll come back and play that later. This is hard bass. This is another one. I don't think it's hard bass. I think it's more utilitarian as percussive atmospheric. Yeah, you just sustain that. Sounds like there's a deep harmonic in there somewhere. That'll be fun to dig into later. If there's a genre that's really kind of gotten on my nerves a little bit, it's this genre of lo-fi keys, where it's gotten almost to the point where everybody's lo-fi key type plugin on Arturia platforms sound very close to the same. This one's not one of them. This is a little bit different. I kind of like this one. There's definitely an overdone component to the lo-fi keys type in these Arturia soft synths, and a lot of it used to be just this overwhelming deluge of toy piano sounds, and I can't even count how many toy piano sounds I have on all of my Arturia stuff that's either explicitly called toy piano or sounds like another toy piano preset that comes out with those things. And this is like, oh, another one? Really? Another toy piano? And these are from respected creators. I mean, you go through here and you look at who's submitting all of these things here. These are respected creators, and some of them feel like they're just cribbing off of each other sometimes. Oh. That's really good for atmospherics, I think. That sounds a lot like... There's another one up further that sounds a lot like. We'll come back to that one. And I'll take another trip through my favorites and just kind of whittle them down. And I like to go through and build a toolbox of things that I really know I'm going to use. And a lot of the things that I am going to use are going to get set in their own little instrument racks eventually, so that I just have to drag them and drop them over so I can use them whenever I really feel like that type of a sound. And that'll come once I get more of a feel for what goes well together with these groups. And then you can put those into individual sound banks for different types of music writing and things like that. And we can go over some of that type of a thing in a tutorial and just how to use Pigments from the ground up if you'd like. I know there are a lot of people that they're intimidated by Pigments. It's really nothing to be intimidated by. Pigments is actually pretty reasonably easy once you wrap your head around all of the visual data that's there. So maybe we'll go through and do one of those types of tutorials. We just kind of walk through Pigment 6 and some of the stuff that you really don't get to hear about from other creators about the basics of just the day-to-day operation of making it work. That's kind of fun. Come back and fiddle with that. Anyway, just a little bit of noodling around today, just a little bit of fun. Just trying to get back into a regular routine of music making and creation. Sometimes I really feel like I am just not doing enough with my music, and having a new baby at home, having I play hockey on a regular schedule and things like that, and it gets really tough to be able to just sit down and create for myself, let alone keep up with my businesses and things like that. So you need to create a concerted effort here, put a concerted effort into doing that more, because yeah, I like making music. I don't get to do it often enough.